Hi there, once again, it's Ricky from Moshville Times. I'm delighted to be welcomed by bassist vocalist of the band Elimination. I have with me Neil, hailing from the Ipswich area. How are you doing, Neil?
All gravy, mate. All good. How you set yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So how are you guys coping like during this lockdown then? So are you still working or what's been happening?
Yeah, I sort of got made furloughed like everyone else did, end of March, and then it sort of gradually came out to work. I'm working part time. I came back sort of beginning of July, but I'm working part time because they brought this part time furlough scheme in, and then I'm just waiting to hear when I'm full time, really.
Yeah, so you're back into the office, yeah?
Yeah, I work in a tile shop in Ipswich, and yeah, I'm sort of I do 3 days a week,
Yeah.
so it's better than nothing. It got to a point where by the end of June, it was a bit like scratching at the walls, going, oh, I love it. The thing with like the time off was that because it was sunny, because it was really hot and sunny, you were like, you wake up, you go, go to the shop, grab some beer, sit in the garden, enjoy, have a few beers, probably few too many,
Yeah.
and but after about the month and a half of that, you think, yeah, I could really do with getting back to the back to work, back to some sort of routine.
I bet you painted every room in your house though.
Oh no, because we rent, it's a bit like, nah, I'm not paying someone else's house. But the missus definitely gave me like a list of chores like washing and making dinner. Cause she worked throughout. She works for a company called Tool Station, so it's like she worked throughout. So yeah, there was definitely notes pinned to the fridge when I woke up in the morning.
So you're delighted to get back to work then, yeah?
Yeah, it's less stressful going back to work.
So Elimination released a brand new EP entitled The Gods and Beasts in August of this year then. So how have the reviews been, and how does it feel to get the EP out there for all the old school maniacs to hear?
We obviously we recorded it back in February, and we wanted to release it earlier, but obviously everything happened and things got pushed back. So we finally recorded in August. The review's been great. Loads of people enjoyed it. It's been a long time. Our last album came out in 2011, so we just want to get new music out. Got a new lineup as well, so we just want to get new music out there. And we've been getting like 8 out of 10s mainly. That sort of era. People enjoying it. The only criticism I think we've had is it's just too short. I think people are clambering for the next thing, like another full length. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I think there's 6 songs in the EP, aren't there? But 3 of them are live, and there's 3 songs, isn't there?
That's it. Yeah, there's 3 new ones and 3 live tracks from sort of us playing live. So yeah, it's like we just want to get something out there. It's been so long. Like I say a new lineup. We just wanted to get the new material out there. We've been working on these songs for a couple of years now, and it's like, yeah, we just want to get out there and basically remind people that we're back and we're back doing stuff.
I see the frustration in your face and your voice and things like that, saying you're just dying to get it out in this bloody COVID.
Yeah, we were supposed to be touring in March, April, and obviously that sort of put the brakes on things. So it's just like we our first gig back were as the lineup is now was back last August. We played the hometown show first. It was like our first show for a couple of years. We played Hard Rock Hell in Birmingham in 2018, and that was like kind of a out of the studio kind of gig. We've been writing, and it was like the opportunity came up, and we were like, let's get, we're not doing anything. We want to get out and start playing again. Let's do that gig. Got other sort of people. I weren't playing bass for that gig either. I was just singing. So we just got that sorted. And then our first proper gig back was that last August. And and then we played a couple of gigs, and we said, we were planning to get the EP out, do loads of gigs and stuff, but obviously C-19 happened, and
the only plus side that you can take is like every band is in the same boat as yourself, so it's not as if you're falling behind anybody in terms of like the gig front, so Okay, it's frustrating for us all, but like you were saying, it took you like 9 years to release new material, but the current lineup has only been together for the last couple of years. So were the songs written pretty quickly, or did you want to take your time with these new songs?
The songs were sort of gone over a 2-year period. Basically, in 2013-14, the band, as it was back in the day, split. People moved away. One of the guitarists moved to America. The drummer moved to Canada. The original bass player, Justin, he now plays in Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Okay, yeah.
And like that. And so he sort of moved on. And the other guitarist wanted to basically become an adult and start a family. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just like he just got sick and tired of all the sort of rigmarole that comes with like being in a band. And so he just wanted to settle down, have kids, and all that sort of stuff. So that's fair enough. So I sort of, with the original lineup sort of splitting up, I thought, let's give it a break. A couple of years. Went on a hiatus for about 3 or 4 years, and then it got to our 10-year anniversary, 2017. So I got a couple of the old guys back. We played it, and it sort of rebuilt the fire. Sort of started burning the fire back. And I asked the guys, "Oh, do you want to start doing it again? Do you want?" And they were like, "No." So I was like, "Okay." So it went through a couple of like 6 months of sort of going through all the ads and going through all the online stuff. And luckily I got like the guys, I got Dave and Lee and people like that to help me. And then we got the 2018 Hard Rock Hell gig came up. So we did that. And then ever since then, we've been working on this EP.
Excellent. That's brilliant then. So do you have any plans to release a video to coincide with the release?
We released a guitar playthrough for one of the songs, but at the moment, because of everything, once it's all a bit more normal, if you can still call it normal, we may look at releasing a music video. But at the moment, we haven't got any plans to at the moment. Yeah,
I've seen 1 or 2 bands like doing like maybe just releasing something in like the rehearsal studio or something like that, or playing a couple of songs or a gig in the rehearsal studios. Is that something that you guys have thought of, or?
We might, we do. Because rehearsal studios in Ipswich have only just opened up.
Yeah, right.
They've only just opened up, so it might be something we plan to do, but not at the moment. We haven't got any plans to.
Sure. So for those that are new to the band, then how would you say it compares to your early material? And do you think that you've now found the sound that you've been looking for with this, the latest EP?
I don't think it differs that much. Like you got the the sort of more lead single in Name of Violence. That's more like sort of the fist raising, heart pumping, sort of Motorhead-esque, sort of just double drums and that sort of thing. And you got probably more melody in some of the other songs, but I think it's still similar. Again, band's always evolving, and we probably start writing new material soon as well. So see what comes. We're always looking. I think if a band doesn't evolve and doesn't keep going, then they get a bit stale. And it's the whole thing where I think you're damned you do, you're damned you don't. Because it's like Slayer. If Slayer had evolved and changed their sound, people would have basically moaned. Yes. But then you get other people who then moan that Slayer didn't evolve.
Yeah.
And stay the same the whole way of the career. So, but it's always good to evolve and just add little bits here and there.
I don't know how many arguments I've had in the pub like that. I mean, my personal taste, for example, in the early 90s was like death metal, and I loved Obituary and like Cause of Death and stuff like that. But they progressed and they evolved, and I can't listen to anything after 1992 from them. But I don't know. Should a brand? I mean, if Iron Maiden done like a tour, and all they played was like the songs of the new album, I'll be pissed off. I want to hear East and stuff like that, But you've all progressed as musicians and stuff like that. I actually listened to In the Name of Violence before we came on here. Actually, I heard a wee bit of Kreator, maybe a wee bit of Forbidden as well. So I like the fact stuff.
Yeah, Kreator's, like I say, Kreator's a big influence on us as well. I saw them at Bloodstock 2017, and they were awesome as well. But I think they're one of the bands that could easily headline a festival like that.
Yeah.
Which, it'd be awesome.
There's a wee bit of Priest as well, and like the riffs, like I was thinking a wee bit of Painkiller and stuff.
Yeah, because Priest is a big influence on us as well. The thing is, we're all a big sort of old school thrash metal fans, but we also love those old school heavy metal like Maiden, Priest, Liege Lord, and just bands like the old school 80s sort of heavy metal bands. We like the melodies and stuff. We like the stick in there, like New Wobbin bands as well. Yeah. We love it, Diamond Head and like Angel Witch and things like that. Just sort of a bit of Venom as well.
Yeah, like me, you're showing your age. So, what would you say the band had anything been done differently between Gods and Beasts to your other releases to make the EP sound the way that it does?
Not really. We probably spent more time on the EP because obviously we had the time. When beforehand we were basically busy with gigs. We were touring more often with previous albums, so we didn't have the time just to work and polish the songs a bit more. On this EP, we had that time to sit down and go, right, what works, what doesn't, and what sounds good.
Yeah. So you're now looking at the EP, the songs in the EP, they're actually old songs now. We've got newer ideas.
Yeah, we've got it's obviously how because we've had the time to sit down all between us and go, right, we've got time now due to all this, and let's bring some ideas together. And we're not going out playing shows or nothing. Yeah. So yes, let's use the time wisely. Let's look at the next step. I think the EP's been released, which is great. Yeah. We're getting thank you to everyone who's bought it and give us good feedback and stuff. But I think with especially today's metal or music in general, you always need to sort of capitalize on what you've done and I think everyone's always looking to the next thing. Yeah. Like musicians and fans alike, you release something, they're always like, oh, what's next? What else they're bringing out? So there's always that sort of circle of release, tour we can.
Yeah. So going back to the EP for a wee second there. So who produced the EP and where was it recorded?
It was released independently, just a small studio. Unfortunately, it's no longer going now. So just a local studio. But I think we did a good job, and it sounds really good.
So did you produce it yourself?
Us and mate. Yeah, it was independently done.
All right, cool. That's excellent. Thanks very much. So with the lockdown then, so you're saying that you're using the time constructively to write more songs. Would you say that you've got any completed songs or anything, or just ideas?
We've got some sort of completed in the bag, but it's coming along together nicely. Yeah. Again, we just work on it, and again, because we've got the time, we just want to take our time and make sure the next album is the best we can produce.
That's what I was going to say. It's definitely going to be an album then.
Yeah, definitely. The next step's definitely going to be an album. But yeah, we'll watch this space.
Yeah. So with the lockdown still pretty much happening up here in Scotland, I mean, I think we're a few weeks behind you. And in fact, where I'm from, Glasgow, that's going back into restrictions again. So how are you guys communicating your ideas to each other?
Obviously with modern technology, and we kind of get together as well, but obviously following social distancing practices. Yeah. We sort of been getting together in the sort of practice area and sharing ideas. Luckily, our guitarist Dave, he's really good with the old the recording software. Yeah. So we sort of put ideas down on that, and then we can then go back and put in placeholder drums for now, so we can go, that'll do, and then we do that way. And I think it sounds better when you can record stuff like that, and you get a feel of the song. Yeah. Whereas if you're just playing it, you think, oh, what was that riff again? Yeah.
Yeah. So, with you being the vocalist in the band, did you write most of the lyrics, or do some of the other guys contribute as well?
For mainly all the old albums, obviously, I wrote all the lyrics. For the EP, I wrote sort of probably 85-90% of the lyrics. Dave, the guitarist, he wrote some as well for the song "What Have I Done."
Yeah.
But yeah, majority of it's me. Majority of the actual lyrics I write, because I always find you give it more your passion. If someone else is writing lyrics, me personally, I know it probably works differently for other people, but for me personally, I like to write lyrics because if I'm singing it, I like to, because I've written it, it gives me more of a personal attachment to the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah. So where'd you get your inspirations from?
Like reading and films and stuff. A few of the tracks from Lovecraft, and like Bloodborne, the computer game as well. Some of the lyrics was as well, and just general society, the typical thrash thing of typical like governments and society and things being a bit shit, basically. But all positive as usual.
Yeah, that's why you're playing thrash, mate.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, it's not pop. Yeah. But it's the typical. I think the typical thing. Like, there's a great interview with Dee Snider, and someone asked him about writing new music, and they said, "Oh, why don't you write no new music anymore?" Like, as in when he was in Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
And, why is not anger anymore? And he said, "Well, when I'm sitting next to my $1 million mansion, laying next to my pool, what am I pissed off about?
Yeah.
What am I angry about? It's like when I was like an 18-year-old snotty teenager, when I felt the whole world was against me. Of course, all my lyrics are gonna be angry and like against the world, because I was angry and against the world. Now I'm sitting, again. How am I gonna say we're not gonna take it when I'm like getting millions of dollars and like we've got this mansion and beautiful wife and stuff?
Yeah. So unfortunately, you're going to be playing some thrash metal for a wee while yet. Then you'll be
the way things are going. Yes.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much. So, how are the songs constructed in the studio? Would you say that there's the main songwriters of the songs that take care of everything, or is Elimination a band where all the members contribute to the songs?
I'd say all the members still contribute. Obviously, we like this. Some members like have come up with riffs, and we like to, we don't say, oh, that's shit, we don't play that, but we say, oh, maybe if you do it this way, just like band members come to like the rehearsal, they I've got this riff, they play it, and then we just like basically pull it apart and critique it and go yes, no, and then we put over like all the widdly bits, and go from there, really.
So you don't go in a huff when people say nah to your parts?
No, I've been there before, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't get anywhere. It's better, you got. At the end of the day, we don't want to. People got to be sensible, and if it is crap, then we're going to say it's crap. But people got to be sort of put their pride away and realize that. I found in the past where people have come and think a riff is like the best thing in the world, and then like a couple of days later they come back and go, actually, that wasn't that great, was it? We're like, yeah.
It follows on to my next question. So over the last couple of years, things to be seen very settled in the band members front. So how would you say you keep it all together? Like, for example, when negotiating what stays in and what goes out of a song, you were talking about your variety of musical influences, so you'd never come to loggerheads?
No, not really, no. We again, we all sort of it's quite a democracy in a band. Obviously, I could turn around and say I'm the original member, what I say goes, but I like that. I want, even myself, if I come up with an idea which the other guys think is total bollocks, I want them to be able to turn around and tell me, no, I think that's wrong. And I should be able to accept that. Just because I've been there the longest doesn't mean I'm always right. I think I think we do a thing. We sort of, I think it's just we've got the same sort of similar mindset. We want this all to work, and I think if we were on the same page. So
touching Harry, would you say is this the most settled that you've been in some time in the band then?
Yeah. This is I don't, knock on wood, wherever wood may be. I think this is going to be the one of the best lineups we've had for it's just working well, working smooth, and it's going well.
Here it goes. Excellent. Thank you very much. So how strong would you say the Ipswich scene is then? And would you like to give a shout out to any local bands?
Yeah, the Ipswich scene is obviously how the music is nowadays, like venues closing down and stuff. We used to have quite a few venues back in the day. We used to have the Cartouche, which was the local nightclub, which used to play gigs. There used to be gigs playing at the Regent, which is the local theatre house. Motorhead used to play there every year.
Yeah, right.
And back in the 80s, you had like Ozzy, Twisted Sister, and all those old school bands used to play there as well. It used to be on the bands nowadays seem to go to Norwich quite a lot because obviously there's more infrastructure there, more venues suited for those sort of bands. But back in the day, Ipswich used to be part of that touring scene.
Yeah.
And there used to be even 10, 15 years ago, there used to be a lot of death metal bands and grindcore bands. Like E&T came from here, Extreme Noise Terror, Kreator of Filth as well. Yeah. He's like one of our local bands, you could say. But as in actually underground scene, you've got bands like Talk, which are like a folk metal band.
Yeah,
they're sort of localish. Suffolk, I'll say Suffolk because there's members in Ipswich and Bury and all that sort of stuff. Killer Corp, which is a young, they're quite a young sort of grindcore-ish sort of band. The bass player just reminds me of Shane Embry from Napalm Death.
Yeah,
that's cool. And just bands, there's like bands like that. It'd be cool. Like the best. There's a guy called Darren Smith for Dead Soul Promotions. He's like the main person that deals with all the band promotions. So basically, any bands that want to gig in Ipswich, find Dead Soul Promotions on Facebook and hit Darren up. He's one who mainly does it all.
Cool. Thanks very much. Talking about promotions and stuff, you're signed to Daniel Carter and Fat Angel Promotions. So how did Fat Angel Management? So how did that come about? And what kind of things can he do for the band?
He's been getting us like this interviews and reviews and stuff. Dan's been great. He's been a friend of our guitarists.
Yeah.
So our guitarist Dave knows him. So obviously that's all got him turned. Yeah, he's been great. He's like couldn't say any more good things about Dan. He's been a great help and giving us like feedback and help and positive criticisms and stuff. So he's been great.
The only thing that he can do for you at the moment is get you on that blinking touring circuit. But
yeah. But I think I don't know. There is a lot of them. A lot of people don't know what's going on. Everyone doesn't know what's going on really. I still see there's still like gigs booked for like end of the year, which ain't gonna happen.
Nah.
I think there's a sort of attitude that people think like soon as midnight on the 31st of December, everything's gonna go like back to normal. I think nah. We're hoping this is the probably best case scenario. We're hoping sort of March, April, maybe things are gonna get back to normal. But I think we just have to see.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the politicians don't even know you.
Yeah, true that.
So talking about going live then, so of course there'll be no live shows in the near future. So you're talking about what you had planned in March and April. Was that like a UK tour or what were you planning?
Yeah, that was sort of a UK. Again, we were going to go out with a talk and do like, we had like Brighton. I think we had a couple up north as well. And we'd like to get to Scotland.
I was going to say, when you said up north, do you mean Scotland?
No, North England. But yeah, I love. We've played Scotland before, but we played the Cat House on the Evil tour in 2011, and that was good. Oh, that was really good. Didn't like the stairs, but of the Cat House. But it was good. It was a good gig. But yeah, we just London. Obviously, we had play. It was like I think we had one in Manchester as well, but obviously that all sort of went down the toilet.
Yeah. I think, like you say, though, I think it'll be like next year and stuff like that. But when you're allowed to have gigs, I think everybody's going to be spoiled for choice. I think there's going to be gigs that they want to every single night, So we're going to be spoiled for choice. But hopefully that will happen in the near future.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So because we're a pair of old fuddy-duddies, so before the internet, then magazines and fanzines were the places to find out about new bands and trends. So now the publications have been replaced with thousands of websites like catering for all genres. So Do you think that some of the passion has been lost, or do you think that the internet has been a good thing for music and good thing for Elimination as well?
I think with the internet, it's got its positives and its negatives.
Yeah.
I think the positives is, especially things like Facebook and like Bandcamp and things like that. Bands can reach a larger audience now, and smaller bands can. It's no longer you have to get to a certain level before you start reaching a wider audience. It's like a band can be going for like 6 months and start making a presence on social media. The negative side of that is there's loads of bands doing it, so people are more, I think, sport for choice. But I think there's more bands for people to check out, but not every band can get a piece of that pie. Am I making myself clear?
Yeah. That's excellent, thank you. So we've only got a couple of questions left then. So what would you say is next for Elimination?
Just writing for the new album. That's what's next. Use this, like I said before, use this time wisely and just get a new album written and hopefully release it next year. But so we'll see what happens.
Are you saying then that you might be, with the current situation in the last 6 months, are you more pissed off? So does that mean that the songs are more faster?
Wait and see. Have to wait and see.
Okay, I suppose so. So it's just the last question for you then. So you're obviously the bassist in the band as well. So what do you use for recording Elimination material then? What model of bass do you have? And how many do you have then?
I have my first bass was a ESP B50, I believe. And then I've got a Jackson David Efferson model as well. Yeah. So ESP and Jackson. I got the ESP from Danny Biggins, who was in Criminal.
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah, and Annihilated. That's another band that unfortunately they've sort of, I think they're split up now. But Annihilated, another band that came from Ipswich.
Yeah.
From the like early 80s. Cy Cobb and all the guys are like awesome. So I can't wait till the new band he's doing. I can't wait to listen to more stuff from that. That'd be awesome.
Cool. So have you got a bass guitar that you dream, you wish you could have?
Rickenbacker. Get Rickenbacker, like Lemmy's God. So I love to have Rickenbacker, but I have to sell a few more albums before I can afford one of them. But yeah, Rickenbacker. That'll be my dream bass.
Would you sell your bass guitars that you've got at the moment to get it?
Of course. If I had that chance, but I still think that I'd probably have to sell a few other people's basses to get Rickenbacker, especially like ones Lemmy used. But we'll see. We'll see.
That's excellent. So if people want to find out about Elimination, then where would they find you on social media then?
Facebook, obviously facebook.com/Elimination UK. And then you've got Bandcamp, which is, again, Elimination UK. And basically all the social media accounts is Elimination UK. Check us out on Spotify, Instagram, all those sort of things.
You're everywhere. Social media whores.
We try, again, that's the thing. That's what you got to do nowadays.
That's it.
Oh, people of our generation probably, social media is a bit, thing, but luckily, like Dave's younger than us, so he knows how to do that sort of stuff.
Does he know what a cassette tape is?
No, we do have to remind him sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of interviews recently, and it's guys from way back in the early 90s and stuff like that, and it's like tape trading and just the excitement and waiting for the postman to come and see what demos you're getting sent through the door. You send a blank tape away, you get a demo or a pound note and stuff like that. It's just a completely different generation now.
Well, it's like I still remember as a kid, like listen to like your favorite like track on the radio and having to like press the tape and pause it at a certain time so you didn't get people speaking, and unpause it when the next track started and that sort of thing.
Well, Neil, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I wish yourself and the band Elimination all the best in the future. Certainly when it comes to like any more new material like the album that you're talking about, send it to us over at Moshville Times. We'll certainly promote it and plug it and whatnot, and we'll do our bit for you. Hopefully this won't be the last time that we'll talk to you. So once again, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Neil. Thank you.
You too, bud. Take care.